Coming straight out of Ecamm. Go, 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 go. Coming straight out of Ecamm. Go, 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 go. Coming straight out of Ecamm. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Go, go, coming straight out of Ecamm fam. This the name of the jam. Go, go, coming straight out of Ecamm. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Go, go, coming straight out of Ecamm fam. This the name of the jam. Go, go, this is a jam for the Ecamm fam. It's a jam for the Ecamm fam. Coming straight out of Ecamm. Go, go, go. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Coming straight out of Ecamm fam. Is the name of the jam. Coming straight out of Ecamm. Coming straight out of Ecamm.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I please have your attention?
Now it's showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
What it do, beef stew, what it do? All right, folks, welcome to the party. Today we're going to get into some Ecamm Live demo type swag. A couple things I wanted to run through real quick. Sorry. There's a handful of y'all that understand that pause. You had the exact same song in your head, but you stopped when I said that. So, yeah, for those of you who got that Drake reference, cool. If you didn't, you're old, Paul. All right, listen. I just wanted to talk to you guys about a little something. We often run into situations where people are fighting their cam links and things of that nature, and I agree with you. Cam links can be a pain in the tuchus. One of the reasons why cam links are so dramatic happens to do with the fact that it came out in roundabout. Oh, why is that level so hot? Ooh, somebody been touching the stream deck. Anyway, compressor was handling it. They came out roundabout 2016, 2017, and they've been untouched ever since. We're talking a 6-year-old device that hasn't been upgraded in any way, shape, or form, touched in any shape or form, enhanced to be better, none of that, right? So they are still the same thing that they came out with, eons ago. So some things have changed. So as you notice, one of the biggest ones is we all got USB-C oriented computers in this point, right? And so with USB-C computers in mind, hold on, let me do this more right here. Let's see, are you doing it? Nope. Are you doing it? Hold on. we press that one. Nope. This one. Oh God, no. This one. All right, we're getting there, but it's still not doing what I wanted to do. So I'm going to just do this by hand. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to show you these bad boys real quick. These are cheap. Like 2 of these joints is like $8, $9. But I like these specifically because you get the USB-C to USB-A connection, so you can put in a cam link or anything else for that matter. But the reason why I like these is, as we all know, cam links, when you plug into your computer, they can be heavy. Now, many people, where's that? Many people, when they got their cam links, it came in the box, and it came in the box with a little one of these, but it's plastic. And the one that comes in the box is USB-A to USB-A. Most people have thrown that thing away. So for the people that have them, they take that USB-A to USB-A cam link situation and they plug it into something like this, right? Well, this is the wrong direction, but you know what I mean. They use something like that to plug it in, and you still can get issues because of just the amount of connectivity. So these are better. You can get a 2-pack for like $8. What I'm looking for when I look for one of these is that it actually supports 5 gigabytes per second and that it is OTG, right? That's a key element. So I will, in a second, open up a browser and send you the link to this exact ones, but these work. And one of the things that allow you to do is take some of the slack off the weight of your port. If you just got stuff hanging off the back of your ports, that becomes an unstable connection. So this will give you boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Roy, good point. I'm not a fan of a lot of the cheap ones, but at this point, I'm not a fan of CamLink either. To be honest with you, and it's funny because I've been on CamLink for years, but just due to the fact that they have chosen, watch this trick right here, people, command back. Just because they have chosen not to upgrade or do any changes to that device for the last 6 years, they're not much better either. I mean, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I am at this point in time about some of the more modern, like higher tech isn't the right word, but it's the right word. Some of the more modern, higher tech versions of the same things that can handle. I've discovered at NAB through talking to some engineers, the reason why we're having struggle bus with the cam links have to do with the fact that you have too much information going over the USB bus. The USB bus is getting flooded out and it cannot handle. And so that's what causes some of our asynchronous issues that we have when we are playing with the old links of cam. So now that I've discovered that, and I went to the source, I went and asked engineering type cats because they will know better, right? You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get into this live demonstration type thing. Hit the live demo button on the old deck of streams. Here we are, live demo mode. Let me answer Katie real quick. How about AFTR the DMO? I have, sorry people, 1 second. What is today? Today is Friday. Friday, man, that's the 12th. Today is the 5th calendar. What are you doing? All right. I have almost there. You make me wanna. All right, so anyway, this is your Ecamm layout. This is exactly what it looks like when we get in here and we start doing the things. First thing I'm gonna do in order to make this a little bit, we might be running into that thing again. Make this a little bit more, let's say, less scary is I'm gonna close all of these here boxes, right? Check on y'all real quick. I'm gonna even close y'all. All right, so we're gonna make it look like this. I'm gonna move this one out the way. Y'all need to see that. And then we're just going to get into some of the all things about the Ecamm. So basically the situation that we like to say, or I like to say, is that think of this as you're doing a house, right? So up here in the top, we got our profiles, and these are my various shows. Each of those shows are the various house problems, right? And in each of these is like one for affiliate streams, one for Amazon Live, one for Ecamm Demo, one for my Final Cut stuff, IG Live, my personal stream, LinkedIn, the Flow, and tutorials, right? So inside this Ecamm Demo house is where we live today. Over here is the scenes window. And in the scenes window, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, basically, right? So in these 4 rooms, I need to add some furnishings. So if I was to come down here and create a brand new scene, let me turn off the background real quick. I'll make a brand new scene. This is going to be a new room. I'm going to call this host plus guests. Okay? This is brand new. There is no furniture in here right now. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to put down my quote unquote area rug, right? So this is overlay panel. I want you to think of this as a furniture store. The type of furniture that we have available is an image, an animated image, a screen share, text, a clock, a widget, and a camera, right? So you can add any one of these types of furnishings to this particular situation. I want a nice, smooth, solid area rug. So right here in show and background, this is a JPEG of that purpley background. If I didn't want it to be a JPEG, it could be a movie. In this case, we're going to use a JPEG. It's actually a PNG, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to add a camera. So if I, this button right here, bam, there is my camera. Now, with this camera, you can have a, let's see. With this camera, you can have various shapes, okay? So let's look at these various shapes that you can have. La la! We got 16:9 wide standard issue modern day TV, classic 4:3, old school TV, right? We got square, if you like that. We got circle. We have squircle, my favorite, right? Which is square circle, squircle, actual real word, mathematical anomaly, actually. We got tall, which is similar to a phone. And then we have custom. Custom is dope because you can let it do anything you like, right? You can get busy with it, right? I tend to primarily use Squircle and custom. That's just me, right? You do you, boo. All right, so if I put this in here, that's enough space. And then next thing I want to do is add one for my guests, okay? So let me elevate this just a smidge, lock it into the corner, bam, bite right there. Here are my options. I can select this camera, copy, paste. Notice there's two cameras now. Move this guy over. May not like that. Okay? I can do what I do, hold down the option key, and just drag. That's what I do. Because in every Mac software in the planet, option drag will give you a copy. And I'm trying to just lock it on the middle biter. There we go. These are really close. So the middle bite and the edge bite is pretty close, but that's what I'm looking for. All right. Now, just to make this easier, I'm going to open up the comments window so I can see what you guys are talking about. But if you're doing a stream and comments are distracting you, turn the damn thing off. Bam. Here we go. There it is. All right. Now we're in there just checking. What's the custom action? Hey, you know what it is. You know what it is, right? Okay, so now that we are in here, like swimwear, what we're going to want to do is add some text. That text is going to give us the ability to, what's the word I'm looking for? That text is going to give us the ability to basically label who our people are. Hold just 1 second. I'm going to do something scary. Nobody freak out. Bam, bam, bam. I just killed my ink. Uh-huh. And then we're going to go to here. And then we're going to go like this here. I'm so secure. Why are you being problematic? Being problematic. Boom, boom, boom. Ah! Oh, yeah, we the people, Mr. Postman. Don't ask me what that song was. It was not right. Okay. All right, here we go. So now let's come over here and click on the old text box here. And I hate this, but for some reason, with me and my dual monitors, this box will land on some random monitor. So if you click it and it seems like nothing is happening, check one of your other monitors. It's quite possible that it went over there. All right, so in this particular case, let's do this. We're going to go DOC-ROCK, okay? And then what I'm going to do is hit Command. You notice, see on this screen over here, the little Shift key pops up. I'm going to hit Shift-Enter to get my second line. And then I'm going to hit the pipe. All right, cool. Now, here's how we're going to bless this bad boy. Don't do that. If you ever make a mistake, by all means, remember that you do have Command-Z capability. All right, so this is my box right here. I want these guys at 48. I want these guys at 36. And yes, Paul, I see it. I see it, Paul. Paul's about to email me. Okay, so we're going to go like that. We're going to go like that. Okay, I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to put it on bold. And I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to put it on, like, no, I'm going to do regular. Then I'm going to take this guy and put it on medium. So you can make them more gangster, if you will. All right, so we're going to hit that. Boom. That box right there is massive. Yes, we do understand this. We're going to shrink this to where it fits, and I like to go about 3/4 of the way, and then pull it down. You can do whatever you want. This is just me. This is how I do it, right? Oh, yeah, another key tip to tell you, which I guess I should have thought to tell you first. Take the person who has the longest name and make theirs first. Okay, I think that's a very important thing for you to understand. But yeah, make that first. So in this case, I'm going to make another one. Okay, so I just pop this right here. Man, I'm having a hard time with centering today. There we go. Let's see. I got a couple streams coming up for y'all. Yesterday, you saw I had Mr. Michael Forrest, which was incredible. Let me give you that right here. Here's a link to the masterclass yesterday. All right, cool. So one I have coming up for you next week will be my buddy Michael, Michael. And then Michael is Shabun. Okay. And then Michael is marketing. I'm going to fix this title. It's not exactly right. And then, you guys ready for this? Drum roll, please. And I should learn how to spell marketing. All right. There you go. So this is actual happening next week Thursday, right here on this here channel. It's going to be later in the afternoon just because, LA time. Now, what I did yesterday, which I thought was kind of cool, and I think I'm going to stick with that, just again to show you some of the capabilities of what you can do with this, is I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bitty graphic I have in here like this, and I'm going to drag it on. So this is the equivalent of clicking the image button over here, but I'm just dragging it because it's a Mac. Drag and drop. Boom. Good Lord, that is big. Couple options. You can grab it and then pull it in with the edge, or you can just use a scroll wheel, which is what I do. My favorite. And I'm going to take this little E and I'm going to drop it round about here. Boom. Boom. All right. Now I'm going to go to the internet and get me a... give me a log. I like this in here. Let's do imageries. I like this one because it's round. And let me get that. Drop it in. Boom. Now, if it was square, that's cool. I'm just using the round one because I know that I can get it to be a similar size with the Ecamm logo. Now, here's a trick you might not know. this doesn't always work for me, but let's try. Shift Option. Yeah, see, I can fade it, right? And I'm only fading it to get the size right. Because I'm like that. I'm that guy. Okay, close enough. Now you Shift Option, bring it back to life. Boom. There you go. Right? That needs a little bit of tick up. The box isn't exactly accurate, but there you go. Super easy, right? Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure that this camera relates to Michael and not me. So up here in the top, we got a situation here called the camera switcher. This is new Ecamm 4 action, but there's my camera switcher. And you guys all know that I use F as my guest camera because my friend, right? So there we go. Now we're set up. I have scene for myself, a scene for Mr. Michael. Now, let's do some things. Let's do some things to make this safer, okay? I wish my buddy Jefferson was here today to see this because I'm going to have to remind him, but very important that you lock your things. So I'm going to take this background here and I'm going to lock it, right? And I'm going to show you what I mean. So over here in this current setup, I'm going to take this F camera and put it there. And I'm going to take Michael's name and put it there. And you notice if I dip out, Michael's name is now behind the box, right? Because, well, I camera F'd up. So let's put that on top. This logo has to be on top. And then there's this and then there's that, okay? And then on this particular situation, same thing. I got the logo, the name, the camera. All right, now, in the bottom corner, let's hit this folder. Boom. And we're going to call this Machael. Boom. All right. We are going to, above this, slide this camera in there, slide this logo text in there, slide this camera in there, hit the lock button. Boom. Easy peasy, cover greasy. We're going to add us another, don't hit that button. We're going to add us another folder, not camera, doc. We're going to put this one right here. All right, so again, slide in the old logie, slide in the text, slide in the camera, lock. Now these things are grouped in together. So if I dip back out, all together now. Don't do that. Very simple, very easy, right? All together now, super simple, super easy. Woo! In there, tough actors. Now, I got next week's show roundabout set up. Now, once we get to talking about things, Mr. Michael is going to want to show us how to use this camera. You would think the lady who scheduled the demo knows I'm doing the demo. Don't tell her I said that. Katie could be like, what the hell? What's up, Shelly? Oh, Shelly. Baba asks about you all the time. She always says, how is Sherry doing? And, it's a Japanese conversion of your name. Well, good to see you here. Okay, so now I got these two set up. I want to show you something. We're going to go in and we're going to build one more room, but in this particular room, we're going to want to make sure that we have both the camera and a place to show things on the old interweb here, right? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my browser real quick so that it stays in somewhat of a 16:9 type format. I think that just, it keeps you from having to play around and adjust all kind of crazy things, okay? So let's do this real quick. I'm just moving things out of the way so that we can make sure we have us a clean setup. I'm going to click here, press on the new scene, right? Now, first thing I want to add is I want to add a screen share. In my screen share, I'm going to put it up here in the top corner, and I'm going to embiggen it about like such, right? Click on this pencil, and I'm going to select Googly Chrome. Boom. There we are. It's in there like swimwear. All right. And then here, we just pull this so you get something better to look at instead of a giant white page. All right. So now the other thing that I want to do, if I want sound to come out of this site, I would put activate system capture. I don't have to do that because I have a Rodecaster Pro. These things just kind of like pass through. But you know, if you don't, you need to do that. Now, the second thing I want to do is come down here and grab a camera for myself, right? I'm going to put this in the old squircle size. Less and big in it, about here, and a little bit less. And that's just so, you know, you have a little bit of talking head action there. Again, Option key, pull straight down. I don't know why my stuff ain't lining up today. And then I'll take and put a spot for the guest. Okay? So now we're basically all set up. If I wanted to, I could crop some of these extra things in by holding the Option key and tugging it in that way, put it in that way a little bit, pull the roof off the mother sucker like that, and then tighten up the bottom, right? I would reposition the corner and then embiggen it a little more again, like that. All right, just so that it has a decent aesthetic. So you can have that with your Option keys. So this is what we're going to use in order to, like, you know, maybe as a screen share, maybe there's a website, he wants to show you a coupon or show you a place to enter to win or something of that nature. This is where we're going to get that information from, okay? Now, other thing I could do is I could duplicate this because maybe there's one where it's just going to be me doing that, right? So I like to call this browser. You do whatever you want. And then I'm going to do browser and guest, or HG browser. Okay. And then now we go. So now we got our scenes, right? So we're here, and then I need to get on over to my next scene, and then my next scene, you know, got all of these in position, right? So we're like all squared away, right? Everything is everything. Now, let me show you guys one more thing, because we talked about those two. Let's generate another scene. Hit the old plus button. You can duplicate scenes if you want, but I'm going to do this and then drop in the old camera. Let's go to Squircle again. Boom. Oh, like that. Now, here's where it gets kind of funny. Let me show you something. We're going to ignore my camera for a second as I drop this in. I'm going to take this video and I'm going to just drag it to the scene. Here is a video with a person in Ecamm that we love. Turn it loose.
Hey everyone, it's Shelly from Shelly Saves the Day. I want to send...
That was not exactly what we wanted to do. When I dragged it in, because this is a video, it takes over the entire screen. If I didn't have this camera here, that camera wouldn't be there. Just the PIP camera would show up. This is an option. You could this camera here. Let's grab a random other shape, right? Let's say I had this logo. It's going to land behind all of these elements on the screen. And you don't want that to happen, right? So here's the situation as follows. I prefer for my movies to come in as movies. So if I were to pick that same movie up, instead of dropping it here, drop it in the overlay section, I'm going to get a warning. And the warning says, hey, man, you can add this as an animated overlay, but as an animated overlay, it will not include any audio. So let's hit that and be like, sup. So I got Shelly again, but now it's scalable, so I can adjust the size. I can move it around, but you can't hear nothing Shelly got to say. All right? So we don't want to do that either. Let me show you this real quick. When I drag this file in, before I turned it loose, hey, come here. You can't see because of this, but this is a straight M4V file, not what we try to do, okay? So now I have made a copy that has WebM. If you look tightly at this, the last four digits, not digits, last four letters says WebM. If I drop that in here, it's going to come in.
Hello. Ian Nancy Gray here.
And that is not Shelly. That's the other dude. There we go.
Hey everyone, it's Shelly from Shelly Saves the Day. I want to send some special love.
So by converting it to WebM, I could bring in this video of Shelly with her special announcement. B, I can keep the audio so that you can hear what she has to say. And C, I have control with these sliders and stuff, but I can give it things to do. Start from the beginning. In this particular case, if I press play, right?
Love out to my Ecamm fam.
And
You guys
I'm
know
leaving
how
the
much I
scene.
love you all. I love you.
When I go back to the scene, it's going to start from the beginning.
Hey everyone, it's Shelly from Shelly Saves the Day.
Okay, we don't want to do that. We're going to change it to start from last location because maybe we're doing a conversation or I am enlightening the detailed points of what Shelly had to say. So if I dip out now, sorry, I got her face stuck on a weird position. Don't kill me, Shelly. When I come back,
I want to send some special love out to my Ecamm fam. You guys know
right? It'll go right back to where we were.
how much I love you all. I love your product and I love being
So what's really cool about the WebM version, number one, I can use it as an overlay, which allows me scalability, some other tricks. Number two, it allows for me to have a really much more control, let's put it that way, and do things like start from the beginning, come back, whatever. You can do that from the full screen movie, but this way to me works better. I always convert my movies to WebM. And the last thing that a WebM does for you is it makes the file size a heck of a lot smaller, like way smaller, okay? Now, one thing that you currently can't do with this movie is I got my playback options, you know, things like that, but I currently can't add my little border that I like so much, right? So let me show you how to cheat code real quick. I'm gonna take this here screen share. As you know, it has my border. In this particular case, I'm gonna take off, make the border width larger. I'm gonna take off the corner radials, and then I'm gonna put it right here and biggin it to like right here and stick it behind Shelly. So now we got a little bit of frame action going on where I can, if I wanted to have a little bit of border to this, I could do that. Let me thin that border out just a smidge. And then I would option key this and just tuck the edges in to make it match. And then, so there you go. People always ask, well, I like this, but I need to have a border. I'm like, yo, not that hard, fam. Not that hard. So now I have myself, I have Shelly there. And again, you can group these together so they don't get lost on you, right? Throw up a little folder, throw in the Shelly movie, throw in the screen share, lock them bad boys together. And then now when I go to move them around to readjust my alignment, I can align them up nicely. And then everything is everything, all good in the hood, as we say in these streets, and boom, right? There you go. So that's one way to do that. Another thing that you can do with these overlays with sound with like a WebM is I can hit you with one of these. So it has a little, you know, a little sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm going to delete that. And then I have a next one over here. I can hit you with one of these. I mean, real subtle sound, but it gives you a little bit of a, oh, something happened. What just happened? So again, you can make things and have that sound included and then pop them in your video or in your production. But if you do it as a WebM, you save on size, you make the audio pass through when you're doing a little something, and you just, to me, it's a better control as opposed to the full screen movie takeover. Now that we did that, let's go back here. And I'm going to show you the full screen movie takeover again, but this time I'm going to pull up the audio levels because I want you to see something here. Now, you notice when I did full screen movie takeover, the pip popped up the last time. I'm not a fan of that. So let me go to video, show picture in picture above overlays, show picture in picture in new video style and screen sharing scenes. Boom. No. Now I want that. All right, so I'm turning that off. That way the picture in picture doesn't automatically pop up. Also, we have autoplay video files. I'm going to pop that off, right? Now, one of the things that happens though, and I want you to pay attention, if I go get the regular Shelly movie and drop her in here, dang, the pip came back. All right, anyway. There you go. I don't know why the pip came back, but we'll deal with that later. Maybe it's because I'm live, the setting didn't stick. But you notice when I put it in, it automatically muted the microphone. And that's so that you're not talking over the video while it's playing. Or a lot of times what a host does is they'll play the video and then they'll be like clearing their throat or, like you know what I'm saying? Because they think the movie and you're just coming through. So we automatically, when you play a movie in full screen, we automatically mute your microphone. So let's go up here and check out these controls real quick. You got the, right? You have the ability to start from beginning, start from last location we discussed. You can rewind 30 seconds, fast forward 30 seconds. You can also, when the video is done, do nothing, loop the video, go to the next scene, end the broadcast. This is what I do, right? When you see me at the end, that plays, it kills the video. I don't have to press the button on the Stream Deck. You know what I mean? Go to the next scene. You'll notice that in my intro, the intro is playing. When the intro is over, it goes to the next scene. These are some of the things you can do. And now, not that Shelly was talking loud, but if she was talking loud, I have volume control over the individual movie there as well. Okay, so that's the full screen movie options. Now, I can also click here and see some of the other movies that I have in here, right? Ooh, see, I did it again. It automatically mutes the microphone. What I was saying, probably muted, was when you come here to choose a movie to go get one, I just drag them in. But you can clear this list if you have a bunch of old movies in there you don't want to see anymore. You can clear the list. So if I was to go get the old promo, now you see that promo one is in the list. But if I switch it back to Shelly, and then I want to clear the list, I clear recent items, it keeps the last one from Shelly. Yeah, so the auto mute whenever a movie plays, that thing right there, it can be problematic. It is completely up to you. And I'm assuming this didn't stick because I am live right now and it didn't go away. But let me check that. Let me see. Oh, got that. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. Now, I want you guys to look at something real quick. People always in here talking about like, oh, I'm not hearing stereo, right? If you see this volume knob right there, it's not stereo. If I go like this, now, all of a sudden, you see two lines. That's all you got to do. Come in here and check that box if you want that box checked. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter. You only have one mouth. Your mouth is not stereo. The microphone has one input. It's not stereo. If you have two mics, it's stereo. So it's not that big a deal, but people have full-on freakouts over that, and that's all you got to do is check this box right here. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go on to the next thing. I think we have beated that that dead horse. Thanks, Eden. Thank you. Just for that, no ice cream for you today. Yeah, that thing was just like acting mad silly. All right, so Paul, I think that was Paul GPT with those like button messages, but they are glorious. I must say they're very apropos because, Star Wars week, you know what I'm saying? Revenge of the Sith today. So yeah, good story. Okay, so we covered all the way through screen share. We did text. Let's do clocks real quick. If we hit this button here, you have the ability to add a clock. Bam. That's just a countdown timer. I can change that to countdown to a date and time, right? So if this is going to count down to 8:50, right? There's that. I can say countdown to Christmas. Let's come in here and do 12:25. Yeah, that works. Close enough. We have 234 days until Christmas. You can come in here and do a clock, right? But you already knew that because I have a widget clock over here. And then you could also come in here and do a stopwatch if you're doing some sort of trivia round or something of that nature. So those are your clock overlays. I think it's very important that you remember to try to look for a font that has a mono spacing, because if you pick a font that doesn't, it will jump all over the place. Man, Roy, when you put that right there, I was like, wait, Todd's here? But it was Roy. You faked out Todd. You guys got the same beard face. So there you go. There's that. And then let's get into these old. Oh, yeah. One other thing before we hit the clocks, I want you to notice some of the options here. You could have them auto start. You could also have them go to the next scene automatically when finished, depending on the type of clock it is. If it's a counter type situation, that's some of the things that you can do, right? You also can make them animate in or out using any of these options there, but that's for just about any of the text in this bad boy. All right, let's go to the old widgets. Why you press that? I feel good. overlays.uno. We go to overlay.uno, and you will see all myriad types of widgets. Now, there's lots of places to get widgets. I tend to like overlays.uno because they're grown folks widgets. All that stuff from like Stream Elements and other places like that, they tend to be, I don't want to be mean, but they tend to be a tad bit cherubic and gamer-ish. I'm not, I'm trying to do grown folks work over here. I don't want to see the gamerish type stuff. So not my bag, not my swag. Okay. So overlays.uno right here. I don't know why. I was just checking on the stream. This is where you can get all myriad type things. So there's a little weather bug. So let's just say we want to grab a weather bug. We'll click that. And then there's a weather bug. I'm going to say, try this here overlay. Booyaka! It's loading. Right? And then there's Honolulu. My location name is Ecamm HQ South West. And then there's my imperial measurements. We're going to do wind, gust, visibility, precipitation, pressure. We like all of those. We'll leave all of those. And then, I'm not feeling this color over here, though. So let's go ahead and go a little purple. That looks better, right? Everything looks good right there. So I like this. All I'm going to do is grab this URL, click it, copy it. I'm going to come over here to the old Ecamm Master Dunk joint, and I'm going to press this Globy, right? Right here, I'm going to paste in my situation. I like to 6 this 19, 20. This is up to you. You don't have to do this part, but I find it works better in my brain. High resolution, keep it running, right? And then I'm going to say add this widget overlay. Give it a second to think, and there it is. Now, the reason why it's in the middle, my stream is 4K. So even at 1920 by 1080, smaller. Anyway, trying to click things behind this empty box doesn't work. So what do? Hold down the Option key, tuck the little box in to as close as I can tuck it without causing any issue. Grab it like that there. And grab the bottom. Now it's being problematic, so I open this a little bit. Do the bottom one first. It happens. Sometimes your mouse, gets in the way, so you just got to adjust on the fly. All right, cool. There's my weathery bug, and I can place that right here. And then once you've sized it, you can actually grab that and adjust it. So that is how you do the weather bug. Now, you see the extra writing of the labels here. That doesn't come out to you guys. So if I dip out of live demo mode, you're not going to see that. All you're going to see is gold. So, right, if I go back to overlays.uno and show you some of the myriad things they have, they got lots. They got all kind of cool things. You can do spots. You can do a full-on news channel if you need something like that. You got countdown timers. You got all myriad types of things. Right? You got all myriad types of things you can pick. I just love these. I think they're more functional. What the heck is Tom Buck doing in here? I think they're incredible. Like I really like these. Real good for a show where you need to stay on topic and be like hella trying to function. So I just noticed something. This is dumb of me because I use this all the time. I just noticed that you have your older overlays laid up right in here. So let me see if I can pull this one up real quick. I wish I could set this permanently though. This part drives me crazy. I guess I should do this thing called make a feature request. Anyway, so let me add this and see what, yeah. So I could bring up even older ones that, we already did. And the other thing that's cool about this is on this particular one, right? Last week we were talking about some stuff. I could take this master list and in Paul's text messages from last week, Paul actually has the control key to this, right? So in overlays.uno panel, this second situation right here is the key, right? So if I send this control URL to Paul from a remote situation, what's the dude is called? The moderator? The moderator could actually go in and change topics and make adjustments on the fly because you would have pre-sent them a control URL. That's another thing I like about this for those of you folks who have other people to help you produce your shows, like we have Paul and Luis. That's just another cool thing you can add to your situation. So if you're looking for an easy way to make your show dope, get on over here to overlays.uno and set yourself up. You could even pull off that guest thing that I did completely with overlays.uno. You know what I mean? That's it. So just wanted to talk to you about widgeties real quick. And then let's get on to the next one. Let's go. You want to Command-Shift-B takes you back to blank, right? If ever you need. Pop in the old camera controls, bring my borders back to a normal person's size, and then put my radii back where it goes. Oh, you want to see something, folks? If you need to be accurate, there's numbers in here. So like I know what my numbers are because I do this all the time. So you can adjust your numbers and your stuff inside there. Okay, cool. La 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 la. That's my camera and Squircle. All right. Oh, this is going to be hella crazy, but look, my Insta360 camera works as a webcam now. Woo. All right, so here, we're going to get on screen share again, and then I want to show you two things real quick inside the screen share. This comes in handy. All right, we're going to press that. Keynote. Keynote open. Let's open up the old presentation. Bam. Key elements inside Keynote. Make sure you go to this play thing and set it for play in window. That is probably one of the most important things you can do. Once you do that, you're gravy. If I were to go and press play, I'm going to get that. And then I want to pull up my speaker notes. I'm going to get that. So my speaker notes are here. This window is here. Okay. When I go back to screen share, I'm going to click on Keynote, select the name of the presentation, and there it is. You get a nice, clean, fit to fight, functional looking version of your prezo. You won't have any weird, like I can't see what I'm doing because my screen is blocked by the presentation while I'm trying to control Ecamm type situation. And then you're just good to go. And if you have something like this Logitech R800, right? You can just pull out the little control device and then you can operate your entire showgram directly from Ecamm with that. That includes laser pointer, by the way, right? So here's my laser pointer. Let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. Ah, baby. See? Laser pointer. Why I can never get it right. There it is. Ooh, shoom, 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 shoom. So, right there is already a Stream Deck plugin for overlays.uno. Man, Roy, you just messed up my whole thing. Hold on.
An affiliate with you as well.
Sorry,
I
Shelly.
have to say,
Sorry, Shelly. Oh, wait, I'm going to show you. Let me do this real quick, Roy, and I'll show you. So anyway, this is my slide controller doohickey right here. So I can use that. Right now it's adjusting cameras, which I didn't want it to do. I wanted to go back to where it was and click on Keynote first. And then there, now it's moving my Keynote situation. So if I move this out the way to my other monitor, I can control my situation just using the old Logitech. See? So they say don't shoot your eye out. So I just wanted to show you that you can absolutely run Keynote. You can do it with the arrow keys on your keyboard as well. And your presentation notes can be over here on top. You could even jump around with your presentation notes, but to Ecamm, it's 6 pence, none the wiser. All right, so let me 86 Keynote. Boom, quit. And go back to here because Roy doesn't pay attention to me. Roy, look right here. Booyaka! Dun, 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 dun. Stream Deck plugin for overlay.uno. So there you go, homie. Damn, homie. In high school, he was the man, homie. All right, there you go. Oh, that's what you were saying. Oh! All right, never mind it. I take it all back. See, I took it back. All right, listen. Let's get next over here. Let's go to Ecamm Live Beta and let's check out sound levels. Boo chaka. Hey, why you ain't switch? Go here, Ecamm Live Beta, sound levels. There it is. All right, so you see right here, Rodecaster Pro is there. If I need to add a secondary microphone, I got a whole slew of microphones I can select. Insta360, X3, like Rodecaster Pro, Chat, Main, whatever. If you need an additional microphone, you can do that. You have all your movie controls. We saw that earlier. I was using that to adjust the volume of when Shelly was talking. Sound effects, you'll see in a second. But if I bring up the old sound effects window here, I can get the noise. It comes through like that.
DJ Doc Rock.
There's the sound effects levels. System audio, I normally never use because I have Rodecaster Pro. All the system audio goes through that. So I can get rid of that. Like, I don't really need that. I can do uninstall system audio, and then that'll go away. If you uninstall system audio, especially if you have a device that already uses system audio for you to pass things through, it's probably better not to have that because having both can generate weird things. Audio routing does. And then, of course, you see control from an interview guest when the interview comes in. And you notice I keep everything at 80 and adjust from there. And yeah, let me just go ahead and be the first to tell you these meters are not accurate and they don't need to be. Once you know what you know because you've done your testing, then it'll be fine. Let me check something. You know you make me wanna. What was I doing? All right, that's cool. All right, we got all of those things in the position. Come on now. That's where you get a producer. Yeah. Oh, but that's why the Stream Deck plugin definitely helps out in that situation. All right, so yeah, I like to leave all of these right here and never ever try to turn on that cancellation button. Right, right. Once the audio taps yellow, you're good. I know. I'm just saying, we were having a minor freak out in the Facebook group, and I'm like, listen, audio people, I feel you, I get you, and I understand you because I'm one of you. But I also don't want to have to explain this to Gretchen every 5 minutes. So the way it is perfectly fine. So that way we don't have to explain this stuff to people who aren't audio people. Let's switch over to sound effects so you guys can see. There's all my sound effects situations. If I play a music, you see I got a little counter right here. And even though this is high, it's actually low, and that's because you click the gear and make the volume high. That is a very Blue Man Group sound. Notice that you got a little loop action you can pop on over here to cause it to loop, and then you can add a high key so that it can high key. And I like the fact that you have a clock down here to let you know how much time you got if you're doing something that requires that. All right, that's sound effects. Let's do camera switcher. Camera switcher, real quick. I'm gonna click on this, swatch over to camera switcher, camera switcher. All right, so in my camera switcher, these are my actual sources. I got my one cam link that's off because somebody's borrowing my ZV-1. You got this one is the Camlink 4K. That's the master do right here. You got my camo camera right here because my camo camera is picking up God knows what. Before, you knew you knew what it was because it only did phones, and now camo can do anything. So yeah, that's just kind of funny. Nope, that's not going to work. Let me try something here. Anyway, then we got my Insta360 link over here, my overhead, and then my Insta360 X3 right here. Sup, y'all? Right? Can do that. And then my guest cameras. Now, as you know, cam links, when you turn them off, turn them on, you come back to your party situation, these things will get shuffled and rekerfuffled. So I use this. No, Eden, for real, that feature is dope, except it's giving me a freaking headache right now because it could be anything and not necessarily what I asked it to be. So I do like the feature, though. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not that guy. Oh, let's see. Sorry. Katie and Glenn are both asking me questions while I'm doing the demo. Super funny. Then, all right, cool. So, you need a remote Unoer. Good one, Paul. So anyway, the reason why I use this A/B switcher type thing is because when you set A as A, if you decide to change up something in your setup, all you gotta do is come to A and pick a different camera. Like, it is literally that simple and makes the situation that much better. So it turns out to me, that's the way I like it. That's the way, I like it, All right, so that's your camera switcher in a nutshell. One thing I like about the old camera switcher situation, watch this. I'm going to put a camera here. If I want to change to a different camera, you just drop it in the hole. I freaking love the fact you can do that. I like that you can just drop it in the hole to switch them up. I think that is amazeballs. And yeah, that's about it. There's more stuff, but we won't get into that. You have individual camera adjustments for each one of these bad boys. So I can come here in the camera A. So let me use camera E, for example, and let's drop it right here. I can, if I click on this little guy, it gives me the camera controls, hit that zoom in pan, and get a big mug shot like that. You know what I mean? So you can get in here, you can tighten it up. I can turn that to a black and white, so it can be like, Fernando, don't leave me, muchachas. Oh, you know my favorite band was Menudo. Right? You can get in there. And so I really like the fact that you can have individual controls for each one of these bad boys. Bad boys, what you finna do? What you finna do when I'm running for you? All right, let's go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think that's it. I think we covered all of the hard stuff today. I'll give you guys a second to throw in some questions if you happen to have any questions. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you before I forget. Let me do this real quick. Because you have an opportunity to win something. As soon as I find my link, copy that, and then do one of these. Bad boy, what you finna do? Oh my God, I hate when it happens. Do you ever notice that there are certain sites that no matter when you go to them, it will always log you out, even if you tell it to stay logged in or whatever. It's like between themselves and your browser, they cannot stay logged in. Those sites are irritating. All right, let's do this. Boom. Copied. You have an opportunity to win. No, don't go to a whole new browser, damn it. Stay right here. All right, here we go. I'm going to pop you guys a link in the old chat. Ignore this for now. You have an opportunity to win a custom SM58. Win a custom SM58. Because, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but SM58 is hands down one of the most iconic microphones in the industry. So Shure is doing a contest called Iconic Mic Celebration. It's Iconic Mic Celebration. And the Shure SM58 falls in that category of an iconic mic. All you got to do is go over here, enter your information in, tell it what you're doing it for. Most of you guys are going to be content creating, podcasting, right? And then you can say whether you want to get marketing mails or not. And then you're entered to win. And at the end of this month, they're going to give out this custom Shure SM58. I have one in the drawer over here. I think it's in the drawer. This microphone is older than Eden. This bad boy right here has been in the game for a long time. And it has been through hell and back. I've changed the crown on here a couple times because you can just buy a new crown. But this is the same capsule, and this microphone is old as dirt. But you know what? It's flawless. There's videos of people driving over these with cars, dropping them in water, putting them in the fire, and they come out and they still rock, right? So this is a gold mine. I like to take this one with me when I have to do field recordings because I know it's tough as hell. So if you want a chance to win one of them, go over to that link in the chat, right? Let me put it up again for those of y'all who can't read. I use the SM, use the, MV7. That's what I was trying to say. There it is. Shure SM58. You click that link, get a chance to win a custom Shure microphone. Anyway, that's it. If y'all have no questions, we out of here like Vladimir. Y'all have yourself a fantastic weekend. Later today, I'm going to be hanging out with Jefferson Graham doing a recording. And tomorrow, I'm going to be recording with the incredible Frederick Van Johnson. Super excited. Super excited. Anyway, gang, y'all be good. I'll see y'all next week. Peace out. A-Town Stomp.
Coming straight out of Ecamm. Coming straight out of Ecamm. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. It's a jam with the Ecamm fam. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam.